I'd just like to note before I begin that due to difficulty with the time delay with my Dazzle recording software, that these clips are of me playing both calibrated and with the cheat Easy on Expert turned on, which basically makes the hit window much larger, just to clear up any confusion there might have been as to why the timing looks somewhat off. Guitar Hero 3 lives up to the name the series has established for itself quite well, even if it is now backed by Neversoft instead of Harmonix, most likely due to the massive attention and praise the most recent Guitar Hero 2 has been getting. Guitar Hero 3 stepped everything up in terms of production quality. The vast majority of the songs are by the original artists and not covers. Songs that are covers for the most part sound just like their original counterpart. Paranoid and Rock You Like a Hurricane come to mind. There are a few black sheep, however. A couple of the covers are pretty cringeworthy. As well as having a plethora of master tracks, the game also sports a much overhauled graphic engine and a prettier interface overall. The notes and fretboard look crisp and cleaner than ever. I personally dislike the new star power meter, however it certainly isn't a big issue. A side effect from this upgrade in quality, however, comes in the form of in-game advertising. There are Axe Go-Go Dancers and Axe Guitars, an advertisement for Pirates of the Caribbean 3, and a few other plugins here and there. It's understandable seeing as how there are so many licensed songs in the game, but it still is pretty annoying. The game doesn't just feature new songs and interface and call it a day though. New to the game is the inclusion of famous guitarists Slash and Tom Morello, as well as a new battle mode where power-ups replace star power and have a variety of effects which include difficulty up, lefty flip, and whammy attacks. But the most important new feature is online. More on this later. Difficulty-wise, things get a little weird. The jump from medium to hard is pretty big, and newcomers may feel off-put, while veteran gamers may be disappointed with the overly easy first 7 set lists. But once you get to set list 8, things contrast greatly and it becomes a bit too difficult for some. I only just recently beat Mosh 1 on Raining Blood on Expert, and while Metallica's 1 solo can be a breeze to get through with star power, it's ridiculous to expect anyone to be able to do it without it. One other thing they've changed difficulty-wise is they've made hammer-on and pull-up timing much easier, which some may hate, but I felt was great. As far as online goes, it's great fun, but poorly set up. The join random game feature never seems to cooperate with me, and sometimes when I select from the list of open matches, every single one seems to become occupied before I even enter. Once you do get in, however, it's all great fun with only minor lag issues. Aside from a few graphical glitches and a bit of an annoying online setup, there's not much else concrete to fault the game for. Song choices are all subjective, though I will say there are 1 or 2 I personally dislike. I would have liked to see a song from Nirvana somewhere on there, but maybe in the future we'll see something from them as downloadable content. Beyond that, I don't have much room to complain as far as songs go. They even went so far as to put a Rise Against song on there as a bonus track. Guitar Hero enthusiasts will be glad to hear that there's a new hard song on the block, and it's called Through the Fire and Flames by Dragon Force. The intro alone is enough to put off most gamers, but once you get through that, the song isn't too bad. You probably won't get through it on your first attempt, but you can make it. Speaking of downloadable content, however, this game looks promising. Much like Rock Band, the game's lastability seems to be based on the fact that downloadable content will be released several times over the next few years. Most would argue that these songs are overpriced, but there are some freebies, including the Halo theme. Overall, Guitar Hero 3 is a great investment. The new Les Paul controller is great, and I would recommend getting it, but if you're short on cash, the Guitar Hero 2 Explorer is fully compatible with the game. I definitely do not recommend using a normal controller, however. That pretty much ruins the experience. This game may not be the best starting place for casual gamers of the series. The jump from medium to hard, like I mentioned earlier, is bigger than it ever has been before, and the game does seem to tend to the fans of previous games rather than newcomers to the series. The more casual gamer may lean towards Rock Band, but if you're more into the hardcore difficulty of the series, Guitar Hero 3 is a game you should pick up, if not both. Overall, I feel the game earns itself an 8.5 out of 10. Not for everybody, but for those it is for, there's none better.